Hey, Flosstube, Sean here. It's been a week longer than I intended. I apologize for that. If you saw my community post, you'll know I was out of town Sunday through Tuesday this past week. So normally I would film a Flosstube on Sunday and put it up on Monday. What I was going to do was get it filmed on Saturday and schedule it still to go up on Monday, but Saturday just got away from me. I just ended up with too much to do to get ready to go out of town and stuff, and the day just got away from me, and I didn't end up with time to film. So it's now been 3 weeks since Flosstube number 21. But it gave me another week to make some progress on some stuff to show you. So let's just get into it. The first thing I have to show you is some progress on Barbara Anna Designs Witchy Dreams. This is where I'm at with it. If I get any editing done, I'll try and get the before picture in here too. But mostly work. I don't even remember where I was at the last time you guys saw this. I think I've gotten the cat here in these couple things here, and then up this way, and then some more of the hat filled in here. So I think that is what I've gotten done on it since you last saw it. But that's where I'm at with this. Let me put something behind there. I really enjoy working on this one. Of all the non-full coverage charts I've started, this is my favorite to work on right now. So next is I have my OneNote up on a monitor up here, so that's why you'll see me look up here. Next is The Outer Frontier, Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Chris Ortega. If you've been following me for a while, you know this one. This has been with me since the beginning. And I moved. This is what it'll look like when it's done. And I moved the Q-snap. I was working down in here. Down this area right here. I moved the Q-snap to up here. Because I decided that I wanted to start seeing the full thing coming together. Maybe I mentioned that in the last Flosstube. I don't remember. I might have mentioned that in the last Flosstube, and yeah, I've already described that. But this is where I'm at with it now. So I've just been going in diagonals of 20 this way and just filling in. So if I were to take this off the Q-snap, this would be completely complete up to this point right here. So I'm going to finish off this diagonal here. I think I can fit one more diagonal in before I need to move the Q-snap. It'll be tight, but I think I can get one more diagonal in before moving the Q-snap. And then I'm just going to move and position it and just keep working these 20 diagonals till I'm done, I think. I think this is how, from here on out, how I'm finishing up this one, because I really want to see like the whole picture start coming together. I have a goal on this one. I've had multiple goals on this one, but I'd like to see 75 to 80% done on this by the end of the year. So I'm going to kind of do like weekly or between Flosstube video goals on this to try and keep me on track with that. I don't do good with daily stitching, but if I look at a number for like a couple weeks, I can do that in however many stitching increments I want to try and achieve that number. So I'm going to try that out. So I'd like to get 7,000 stitches in on this by the next Flosstube video. That includes the 150 stitches I've already put in today. I've already put in a little bit of work right here today. And a little bit up in here today. So, including the 150 stitches I've already put in today, 7,000 stitches I'd like to get done on this by the next time you see it. Which should fill in a nice portion here. So that is the Outer Frontier. Next is, and I may move the Q-snap, or take it off the Q-snap a little bit so you can see, which means taking my grime guard off. Next is going to be Simply Meant to Be. I haven't touched this one in a long time. Like, not for any, like, significant progress. So, this is artwork by Cherie Gerhardt, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. That's my one note in the in the reflection. It's a television that I have over here that I'm using as a second monitor, since I don't have many extra monitors around anymore, especially ones that would work in my laptop. My laptop didn't have regular monitor ports. It's only got an HDMI port. And I didn't have an HDMI monitor anymore because the two that I had that were on this desk belonged to the company I worked for, and I no longer work for the company, so I had to give the monitors back. So I had a smaller HD TV. It was our first HD TV. No, it wasn't. That one was our first HD TV. This one is one my parents weren't using anymore, so I took to use in the basement. And then we got a new TV for upstairs, and then that became the TV for the basement. So this one was unused. So I just hooked that up into my monitor, or into my laptop. I might have said all this before. I don't know. It's been 3 weeks, and had a lot going on in my head. Anyway, I showed what that looks like. And what I've done is, I only need to take 2 sides off of this to show what I've done. So this is the work I had done. What I did is I traveled across the top to get to the other corner so I could do the diagonal that I've come to love. So that's what I've done on this one. And I've kind of enjoyed working on this again now. So that is Simply Meant to Be. I will put that grime guard back on later. Next up is Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Annie Stewart. Heaven and Earth Designs. Do I have auto rotate on? No, I have auto rotate off. So most people, I think, are familiar with what this looks like. A lot of people will work on this one. And this is what I've done with this one. So I'll try to get, if I do some editing today, there'll be a picture. We'll see. Some days I just don't feel up to the editing. But what I've done is I completed this diagonal, I think, and I completed this diagonal, and then I started a 20 diagonal going this way. So I'm right here, and then the suit of armor is going to start coming in right here. So that's where I'm at with this. And I considered traveling all the way across to the other corner, but it's a long way to the other corner. Plenty of opportunity for me to screw up the counting. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm still going to work this first shelf. So this down here, this is where the top of the shelf is. So I'm going to still continue to work this shelf. So I'm going to do these diagonals going into this shelf. And then I'm just going to move the Q-snap over, travel only over to as far into the Q-snap. This is 2 pages right here. So 2 pages should fit in my next move. But even if it's just under, I'm just going to go to the corner of where it's at, and then just do the diagonals going down to the shelf, and I'm going to complete the whole top shelf that way. And then from the top shelf, I'm just going to start doing those diagonals for the completion of the thing. Next is my Audrey Hepburn piece. If you've forgotten what that looks like, it's her in the window singing Breakfast at Tiffany's. Her in the window in Breakfast at Tiffany's singing Moon River. So, again, I did the same thing I did with Outer Frontier. I moved the Q-snap, and I went up and traveled to the I traveled over to the corner, and I'm starting to work so that I can start seeing the whole thing coming together. Because I'm to the bottom. If I think I just need to take this side off. Yeah. So this is the whole thing. This is where I was working, was right here. And then I decided to stop doing that and move up and start seeing the whole thing come together. Because I'm at the bottom here too. So that if I really focused on this, I could still conceivably finish this year. The color scheme, I tire on the color scheme after a few days, and I just need to switch. And that is my problem with getting this one, really putting work into this and getting it completed, because I tire of the grayscale every day, to put the work on it required to get it done this year. But I'm still going to get it significantly finished, if not finished, this year. But it's just, I just tire of the color scheme. I still enjoy working on it when I work on it, but it just gets old quick. Next is Remember a Day. That is artwork by Chris Down. Heaven and Earth Designs. And I did the same thing. I traveled over to the other corner, and I've started working. I've come to like the diagonal of 22 because I see nice progress that way. So that's where I'm at with that. That's all just like 310 and 3371 right now. So that's Remember a Day, and I also put some work into Enchanted Glimpse, which is artwork by Julie Fain, Heaven and Earth Designs. And once again, same deal. I traveled entirely black across the top. So I had to mark. I had to do little marks So every 20 stitches I put like the next diagonal down stitch. So the diagonals are even marked this way, so that I didn't lose count and make an error. And but that's what I did with this one. Just got over to that corner so I can just start plussing out, because I've got a decent amount done on this one too. This, if I really put some work into this could conceivably see a finish next year. So that's where I'm fully at with it. Excuse me. And then I have some new starts. I have 4 new starts to show. So the first one is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Touch of Magic Cell. This is a start and a section finish. So this was the release for this month. Just this trick or treat with a little spider star. So that's cool. I'm excited to see where this one goes from here. My last video, I said that I thought that the fabric was a little too short, and I was only going to be able to get like a 1 1/4 inch border at the top and bottom. But I think I remeasured everything, and I think I'm going to end up okay with with at least a 2-inch border around all sides. Definitely more on the sides than the top and bottom, but I'm gonna be better than I thought I was going to be on this. So that's the Touch of Magic Cell. I'm excited for the 23rd of this month when the new one comes out. When that came out, I just busted that out. Like I actually could have finished that in a day, but I spread it over 2 days. But I had the ore treat and the spider done. Like I had that whole left side from ore over done the first day, and all I had to do was the word trick the next day. Next new start is Barbara Blackbird Designs Yellow Submarine. And this is just a small start, up in this corner up here. So that's my start on this. Do I have the sticker somewhere? I need to mark in my OneNote what all these are on. Witchy Dreams, that one was on a 32 count dirty linen, dirty Belfast linen. The Touch of Magic Cell is on the fabric that comes with it. Did I put the sticker from the fabric on Yellow Submarine? No, it is on the bag that I'm going to keep it in. So I apologize, I don't remember what the color of this fabric is, but I think it's like a cobblestone, something like that. It's a 32 count, but that's my start on Yellow Submarine. Not very far into it. I kind of went back to more focus on full coverage, plus the Barbara and the Witchy Dreams, because I really enjoy working on that one. So when I go to pick up a non-full coverage, I lean to the Witchy Dreams. Next is the next new start is... Oh, I need to get the artist on this one because I can't read it in the thumbnail. This is Secret Door. Artwork is by Babette Vandenberg. Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is what that one looks like. And I wanted to start this one because I feel it's kind of symbolic for me. She's standing in front of this dark door with her candle, not knowing what's not knowing what's on the other side, but you can tell she's going to go through it anyway and find out what's on the other side of that door. And that's kind of how I feel about what I'm going through in life right now too. I took this buyout at work, and I don't know what's next. I went through a door, and I don't know what's on the other side. And I'm working on finding that out, what's on the other side of that door. So this one just felt very symbolic to me as to where I'm at in life right now. So that's why I wanted to start this one. And I started up in this corner up here. So this is where I'm at with Secret Door. And then I have one more new start. And I'm probably going to have more new starts coming up because I've got a bit of startitis right now, and I just feel like I want to get things started so that when I feel like I want to work on them, I can work on them. They're started, I can go. Because life is too short not to have the things I want to stitch on started. So this is, I should have got the name. This is Offering by Kathy Amaral. And this is the mock-up. And I started this one down here. I've been wanting to start this one for a couple of years. I love this artwork. But why I've hesitated is because of all the black up in the top corners. And I have a lot of projects where I'm in a ton of black in the top corners right now. So I didn't want to start another one where I was going to be just in black forever. But since I started doing this left to right diagonal, I started Secret Door up in this corner so that I could start with that left to right diagonal. So I thought with this one, why don't I start down here? Now I'll still start with that left to right diagonal, but I'll start seeing the picture. I'll start seeing this stuff right away. This flower is in the bottom corner. And we'll see how I like that. And if I don't like it, I'll travel up the top and maybe travel over because it's mostly black, and I'll get to a point where I like doing it. But I started in that corner, and I like it because it's that left to right diagonal. It's the left to right diagonal that I like. So here's my start on that. So this was the first diagonal of 20, got the bottom leaf of that flower, and I'm in this one right now, and that flower is coming together, and I love seeing it come together. So after I get a bunch of stitches into Outer Frontier today, I think I'm going to finish up this flower. So coming up for the next couple weeks, my only major goal is to get 7,000 stitches into the Outer Frontier. My other goal I'd like to do is I would like to get the top page. This is 2 pages. So I would like to get the top page of Witchy Dreams finished or mostly finished. I'd at the very least like to get her hat area done. But I would like to get the top page. Okay, I'm going to say the top page and the left side here done. Because when you look at this, so the page kind of ends at her neck here. So you don't even get the full key. So it kind of ends here. You get one of these. You get, I think, these 3. Okay, you get these 4 bats here. So there's all this on one side of the hat, then all this on the other side of the hat. So what I would like to get done, yeah, you get a little bit of the top of this thing. So what I would like to get done, I would say by the next Flosstube, is I would like to get the rest of the hat and this side done on Witchy Dreams. Stretch goal would be to get the whole first page done and then be into the bottom page. But that would be a stretch goal. And then a little bit more progress into my latest 2 new starts. Probably more this one, if I'm being honest. But I would like to get another diagonal or 2 completed on those. And I would also like to get at least this diagonal finished on Once Upon a Fairy Tale, so that I can start really seeing that suit of armor come in. So that's kind of my goals for over the next couple of weeks. We'll see what else I pick up, what kind of time I have. A lot of my days is spent right now just working on learning computer code. I'm really that's kind of my primary focus right now, is relearning some coding skills and gaining new coding skills so that I can be hireable in technology. And I've been and I'm working on my LinkedIn page and my resume, and I'm using the career services that was paid for in the buyout. Funny thing, my career coach, the person who ended up being my career coach, I've known for almost 25 years. I've known her through community theater for more than half my life. So when they scheduled me, and they said the first name, and then the email came through, and I saw the full name of who my career coach was, and I was on the phone with the woman setting up my account, and I said, I know her. So just great. This is great, and just kind of a sign for me that this was another sign that I was making the right move, because my career coach didn't end up being somebody I don't know and wouldn't feel comfortable opening up to. It was somebody I know very well. So I'm working on that too. So most of my day, I still get up and come downstairs like I'm going to work, only now my job is learning code so that I can get a job doing code. So I can get a job writing code. So that's most of my day. And I even work on it on the weekends now too, so that I'm coding every day and keeping that knowledge going every day. So that's just kind of where things are at with me. We went up to, I said I was out of town Sunday through Tuesday. My wife and I went up to Traverse City, Michigan to do a little wine tasting. We went to the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes on our way up and climbed the dune. We didn't go all the way to Lake Michigan because in Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, you can climb the dune. You can do the dune climb, and then there's a path that'll take you to the lakefront of Lake Michigan. But it's about close to 2 miles up a sand dune to get to Lake Michigan, and I'm kind of out of shape. Something else I'm working on, and I had pulled a muscle in my leg getting up the first dune climb, and I didn't think I could make it to. And my wife was kind of struggling too, and she's in better shape than I am. She's in much better shape than I am. And we're like, okay, we know we're at this point. We got at least another mile to go until we possibly, at the time we thought it was more like 2 miles before we got to the Lake Michigan, the overlook to Lake Michigan. it was like, no, we can't do this, and we want to get checked in we stayed at a cabin at the Traverse City KOA. We want to get checked into the cabin so that we can go get dinner. So we're gonna go back. We'll climb back down. So we did that, and then we spent Monday doing a she more than me because I was driving, and I do struggles with alcohol can be a trigger for my headache. So I wasn't doing a lot of tasting. I didn't purchase any tastings for myself. If she thought I would like something, she had me try on her tastings. So she ended up doing a lot of wine tasting. We hit 10 wineries, 10 vineyards, I think, on Tuesday. Something like that. I think we hit like 11 or 12 total, and only one of them was was Tuesday before we headed back home, because we ran out of time on Monday, and the amount of tastings was catching up to my wife, so she needed to stop. But that was fun. It rained all day on Monday, so it was a lot of driving in the rain to the different vineyards. So, which also made it nice that not a lot of people were out doing it either. So we didn't run into a lot of people. Most places we got in and out pretty quickly, which is why we were able to do so many in a day. Because they're fairly close. We go to the top of the peninsula and then work our way down. And she had done a bunch of research. We had friends that go up there quite regularly. So we found out from them, which ones they recommended, which were the ones were their favorites. So we kind of built our must-hit list off of that. And yeah, it was a good time. And then, excuse me, back into things. My wife had taken Wednesday off of work. I had originally taken the entire week off of work, but now I have life off of work right now. So I did. I came downstairs for a little bit on Wednesday and worked on coding, but for the most part we had the day together before she went back to work on Thursday. I mean, she works from home, but before we went back into the routine on Thursday. So, but yeah, that's what's been going on with me too, outside of stitching and trying to make videos and stuff. So yeah, I don't know why I struggle to close out videos. I don't get that, but if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button, like, comment. I love talking to you guys in the comments. That it brightens up my day when I see somebody's commenting on a video. Let me know what you've been working on. Just say hi, whatever. And I'll see you all in the next video.